Many experts say you should visualize success, but what if sometimes imagining failure can be a smarter move? Usually, visualization should be positive because our nervous system cannot tell the difference between a real and an imagined experience. So when you imagine success, your mind rehearses confidence. And when you imagine failure, it can make you feel like you already failed. That's why people warn against it. But here's the thing. There are moments when visualizing the negative can actually prepare you. It removes fear, builds calm, and makes you resilient when things go wrong. Let me give you 5 examples from athletes, filmmakers, and my stand-up comedy. And wait till the last one because it literally involves life or death. Number 1, Christopher Nolan. Film director Christopher Nolan, who directed Interstellar, Inception, the Batman trilogy, starts each project with this mindset. Assume it will be a failure and then start working to prevent that. Many tech startups do something similar. They call it a pre-mortem. They fast forward to the future and imagine their project already failed and ask why that is. It forces you to spot weaknesses before they happen and then, as Christopher Nolan says, start working to prevent that. Number 2, Michael Phelps. Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps is famous for visualizing every race. What many people don't know is that he not only visualized things going well, but also things going badly, just so that he feels prepared when they do happen. So, for example, he had visualized all of a sudden his goggles fill up with water and then he's blind. He still has to finish the race swimming blind. And that is exactly what happened, and it definitely helped him win that gold medal. Arnold Schwarzenegger had a tough upbringing, but he never got discouraged by it. Sometimes by visualizing and imagining something really difficult and harsh makes you appreciate life more. And he gives a good example in his book. He writes that in his bodybuilder days, he visited a mine in South Africa, and it was the worst conditions. The mine workers earned barely any money and only got to see their family once a year. I mean, really horrible conditions. He acknowledged, okay, this is bad. So whenever he went through harsh things, he always compared that to what he had seen in the mines. So thinking back at this and imagining it and really visualizing it helped him appreciate this life more and helped him never complain about any difficulties because he knew, okay, it can get far worse than this. Stand-up comedy. Usually when I visualize before going on stage, I visualize how I'm doing really well and I see all the people laughing and I'm feeling really great on stage. And that's really helpful. However, I also notice my expectations are super high, and whether people laugh or not is not really in my control. And I've noticed that because I've visualized them laughing all the time and then let's say they don't laugh, I feel crushed. It really phases me. So what I started to do is I visualized how I'm on stage, I'm unfazed by anything. I'm really having a good performance, enjoying myself up there. When I do see people who do not laugh at all or are enjoying themselves, and I see it, but I just continue. I have a great performance and having fun. It doesn't faze me at all. So preparing for these eventualities, some things I cannot control, really help me in those moments to stay unfazed and really focus on my performance only, instead of getting disappointed by their lack of response and laughter. And lastly, number 5, life or death. Years ago, when I was 18 years old, I was working as a paramedic as part of my mandatory civilian service in Austria. And on the 3rd day of training, I remember we actually had an emergency. We got called to a car where a woman took many sleeping pills and was dead. Her son had called us. He was just waiting there. And so we got there. We saw she didn't have a pulse. So immediately we started with CPR and tried to reanimate her. And he explained that she felt so depressed because her husband had just died a few days before. And so, I mean, just a horrible story. And I ran from the car to our ambulance car to get the defibrillator, but somehow the lock, I just couldn't open it. It took me, I don't know, maybe it was 30 seconds or 15 seconds, I really don't know, but in that moment it really felt like a lifetime. And eventually I got it, and then we got there, and unfortunately, we were already late because it did not work out. So she passed away, unfortunately. It really shook me. So after that, every single day before I went to work as a paramedic, I visualized every single step that I needed to do. And I visualized, what if the lock looks like this? Or what if this part of the equipment is not working? What would I do then? And I did that every single day for the 9 months I was working as a paramedic. And that really helped me give this confidence that, hey, if this happens again, I'll be ready this time. I know exactly what to do. And it happened a couple more times where we were unfortunately called to these emergencies, and I came much more prepared and was confident in the abilities and did my best. In summary, always visualize for success. However, in some cases, imagining what could go wrong is exactly what makes you ready when it does. Positive visualization builds confidence, and sometimes negative visualization builds resilience. If you want to see more insight from other peak performers and how we can apply it in our everyday life, check out this channel and subscribe.